Okay, now we can also distinguish mixtures using other characteristics. And if you look at the mixtures that I have here, in here I have a sand and paperclip mixture. In here I have regular salt, table salt, and rock salt. And in this one I have sand and water. And these mixtures are not as easily separated or distinguished like the ones that I just talked about. And we need special tools to help us separate these mixtures. Now, for example, the sand and water, I could actually pour off the water from the sand and quite well take it apart. But if you have 80,000 tons of sand, if you're working in an industry where you need to separate lots of water from lots of sand, you might need something different. And one of the tools that scientists will use to separate mixtures such as this, where there's a solid and a liquid mixed together and it's not easily taken apart, is they'll use a filter or a sieve or a funnel and a filter. And the reason that they use this is because the filter will allow the water to drain off. Cut in here. I filled up my water too much. And the sand will be captured inside of the filter. Now, if you look at my filter, I unfold it here, you can see that the sand was captured inside of the filter, and the water was drained off into the container below. So we can use a filter or a funnel to separate mixtures. Another way we can separate mixtures is using their magnetic characteristics. So for example, I have this container of paper clips and sand. You can see my paper clips in there with the sand. And what I can do is separate this mixture using a magnet. So if I put the magnet inside of the sand, I just need to stir it around quickly, and there I have separated the mixture using the magnetic quality of metal. So if you want to separate something with metal, a magnet is an excellent way to do so. And the third tool I'd like to demonstrate is a sifter or a sieve. And this has a lot of applications. A lot of you probably see your parents using it to drain off pasta, drain the water from pasta after it's cooked. There's a lot of uses for this in the home and in the lab. Now, this mixture of rock salt and table salt is a great way to demonstrate how you can use the sifter. So I pour the mixture into the sifter and I shake it a little bit, and then what I'm left with is just the chunky rock salt because it's too large to go through the holes in the sifter. And then I have in my pan the regular table salt, and I can just pour that back in here. I'll show you one more time. Take my sifter or my sieve, pour it through, shake it a little bit, and then I have my chunky rock salt up top and my table salt at the bottom. So that's a great way of separating two solids, one that has a larger solid and a smaller solid. And if you've ever seen those coin machines at the grocery store, that's how they do it. They use a sifter with holes in it that are big enough to let the coins through, and they separate them into levels.